In this video, let's talk about the data summarization or AI summarization feature within Power Pages site. Now, this is a new feature in Microsoft Power Pages and it's currently in preview. So, based on the blog post on September 26, 2024, there is a feature set which is named as AI Summary for List. Now, AI Summary for List basically allows you to summarize the information of the list rather than going through the tabular structure content data. Now, there are a couple of things which can be done. One is charts which visualization and data summarization. So chart visualization basically gives you a chart in on top of the table just to summarize on what does the content of that table means. So it basically converts the list data into a chart, making trends and critical data points easier to understand. From a data summarization perspective, this feature also generates concise summary, giving high-level insights into the data at a glance. Now, this automation basically eliminates the need for manual analysis, helping quicker and more informed decisions making. Data summarization API. Basically, it's in preview. So, Power Pages summarization API lets makers add a page content summarization using generative AI that helps site user gets an overview without going through the entire page. So, this API is typically built on top of the Power Pages web API that provides the data summarization on Dataverse table used in the pages. So let's see how this thing works. So I have a very simple Power Pages site named as Zagreb. Now this Power Pages site does not have anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a page. So before I add a page, I will just show you which table I'm going to use. So the first table which I'm going to use is account. So I have a whole bunch of account list and it has more than maybe 800 rows, and I want to summarize some information. So some account has phone number, some account does not have, some account has city, some has primary contact, so on and so forth. From a contact table perspective, I have a list of full name, email, first name, last name, and other parameters within the contact table. So these are like two out of the box table. Then I have a third table named as minerals, which it's basically a custom table storing the list of all the minerals. So it has a minerals named as calcium, gold, iron, plutonium, silver, and silver is repeated as you see over here. And then there are a couple of minerals which is like I can't recognize just by looking into the text over here, because this is like some kind of a junk record. There are atomic number listed for some of the minerals, and there are some classification or categorization based on the mine through which this mineral is mined. So these are like some of the information. Now let's do one thing. Let's go into the Power Pages Design Studio and create a page. So first, let's start with accounts. So in accounts, I'll create a page name named as accounts and start from blank. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a list. Now, when you add a list, here you will see one feature called as AI summary for list. Now, this is turned on. Now, if you turn it on, then you will be able to get the deeper insights from the data by enabling AI summary for your list. Now, if you want this list to summarize the AI related content, then you should turn this on. Now we are going to add an account list. Okay, so now if you have a list over here, you can pick from here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on new list and I'm going to choose a table from here. Okay, so let me type in the account table. So this is account table and the view. Now you can create your own view, but I'm going to pick the default view which I have labeled out of the box named as all accounts. Okay, and I'll call this as Girish accounts, and I'll click on done. Now what it does is like it will add a table. Along with that, it is going to add a summarized information. Now this is all powered by AI. Now make sure that your table has an appropriate permission to the user. So if you do not have, you just click on permissions and then you can add a permission record, like just by going to new table permission, typing in the name and then assigning it to roles of either anonymous users, authenticated user, administrator. I already have this permission set over here, so all good for me. Now we have an option over here, like we can collapse or expand. So if you see over here, this is summarized by AI data insights. Now it says get an understanding of a data with a simple summary that highlights key points and tables details. Now This information can be either say we can say collapse or expand depending on our need, but in this example what we are going to do, we are going to just keep it as it is. Okay, so this is the first one which we are going to create. Now second table which I'm going to create is a contact table, and here I'm going to click on list, and again the same process. You go to new list, you type in the name of the table. I'll say contact, select the data views, and out of here I'm going to pick up all contacts, and I can name this name list as Girish contacts. I'll click on done. So again, this is the same step what we have done. We have created two pages and then we have attached this list. Now this is the table. Let's sync the site and view the output. And let me close this window. So once it is synced, I will just do a quick preview of the site. Now, if you are not authenticated, you authenticate yourself. If you have given permission to an authenticated users for this table to view, then you need to do that. If you have given it to anonymous user, then you need not log into the site. But in my case, I have specified explicitly that it can be authenticated. So let me preview the site and show it to you how the contact page will look like. So the contact page, as you see over here, this is the grid which gets loaded in the bottom. And now it has given me this summarization. Now this summarization basically is generated depending on the view status. So here, what AI has done, AI has passed through the full name, email, company name, business phone, and status, and then it has found that, oh, let me categorize this by status, and it has thought like, okay, maybe let's give the user a chart which shows how many records are active within the system. So there are 112 records which are active, and then this is what is being listed by this particular chart. Now I can click on this button or I can minimize this. So as you see over here, I have an option. If I do not want the summarization to show, I can do like this. Okay, so this is one of the summarization given by AI depending on the view type. So if you change the column, the summarization may change. Okay, so now let's go into accounts. Now this is another page which we have created. Now it is again a list of account name, the company name basically, and it has a primary contact, email, status, and so on and so forth. Now as you see over here, it has done a nice bit of text summarization. It has given us an information that high volume of active status company. The data set reveals that almost all companies are marked as active. So that is one summarization. Notable presence of companies without contact information. So just by going through this particular text, I can easily say that, oh, some of the information in the company's table, account table, basically lack contact information like telephone, email, and city, while for some company it is listed. And it has given me the exact name of the company for which it is missing and for which it is present. Multiple entries for some company. The dataset shows multiple entries for certain company. For example, DevPoint and Centizu appear more than once. So it has given me a list of duplicate as well. So this is a nice way to summarize the information. Like if you do not want to scroll through multiple pages of data set and then analyze the information. So this is a nice bit of feature provided in the Power Pages site. And this is definitely using artificial intelligence. Okay, so we have made use of couple of pages, couple of tables, accounts and contacts which are out of the box, and it has given us a summary. So in one page it has given summarization of in the graph format, in one page it has given summarization in the form of a text summarized format. Now again, if we go in this and if the data changes, then it will make the changes in that summarized by AI information, and alternatively we can collapse and expand this section as well. Now let's do one thing. Let's create another page called as minerals general. And in this page, I'm going to add a list which is of the type mineral. So this is like a custom table. This is not out of the box. This is I have created, and I have select the data view named as active minerals. Okay, active minerals. and click on done. Now again, if you haven't set the permission, you click on permission and set the permission. I have already set the permission, so there's no issue for me. Second page, what we are going to do, again we are going to make use of another page called as minerals atomic. And here I'm going to add the same list, but this time I'm going to pick a different view. So I'll just pick minerals, and the data view is atomic. Okay. Now what is this atomic view basically contains? Okay, and what are the all view contains? So mineral, as you see over here, if I go into the views, I have two views. One is atomic and one is active minerals. Now active minerals, basically it's a list which contains minerals and created on. So it's a very simple two column list. But if I go to atomic, I have what I've done. I've made some simple change. I have added minerals. Now here I have atomic number and mine, just to see what different kind of visual or summarization artificial intelligence throws you up. Okay, so we are done with this list. If I click on this summary, I have an option to put some title over here. Now this is a mineral atomic, so I'll just say atomic information. I can type in this information, and even I can keep the summary expanded or collapsed. So let me keep it collapsed over here, and I'll click on outside. Now see, atomic information text has come. Now here again, if I go to minerals, I can come here, click on summary, and then just say minerals summary. And I can keep it either expanded or collapsed. So let me keep it collapsed. And all done, click on sync. Now let's see what happens. Now we have created two pages pointing to a custom table, and both the views are different. Now one view has two column and another view has three column, but of different types. So let's see whether AI is able to pick some insights, or it gives you the same set of description for both of the pages. So once this is synced, let me refresh this page. Now here we have two tables, now two pages basically pointing to a table minerals. So if I click on minerals general, the first page which we have created for the custom table, now it will start loading that page and it will start summarizing the information. Now minerals general is pointing to an active minerals view, and if you want to see the data, it will start loading this information. So it has two columns, minerals and created on. Now if I click on minerals summary, then it has given me a nice graphical interface in the form of a chart, and I can even navigate to that chart, and then I can see that okay, there's silver, plutonium, iron, gold and calcium, and this is what the list will look like. Okay, now if I go to minerals atomic, again pointing to the same custom table, but this time it is pointing to a different set of view which has minerals, atomic number and mine. And if I click on atomic information over here, now it has given me a different chart basically. So it has given me a chart which is which is showing me basically a pie chart. Okay, and it has minerals, atomic number, mine in it. Now, similar. Now, let's take one more example whereby I'll create another page, but this time I've created a separate view named as minerals Y, and now I've added more set of columns. I've added minerals, atomic number, created by, created on, mine, mineral contact, sale month, and status. So, let's see how the AI generates a summary for this. So let's create a page over here, and I'll call it as minerals Y, and I'll click on add, and in this page I'll click on list, and then in the list I will choose a table called as minerals, and from the data view I'll select minerals Y, and this time I'll call it as minerals summary. Click on done, and I'll click on sync. So we are just creating a separate view just to see if the AI summarizes the information in something different way, or it just sticks to that same visualization which it has provided to us a while back. So once it is synced, I'll just preview the site. And here, once the site is loaded, it will start showing me the summarized information. Now the view is loaded correctly, so it has more than 7 columns, and as you see over here, it has generated a pie chart. So it depends on how the information is presented in the form of view. In the first page, minerals atomic, we have provided UI with like the 3 columns: minerals, atomic number, and mine. And based on atomic information, it has given us a pie chart. For minerals Y, we have added more columns in the view. It has given us a summarization, something like this, in the form of a pie chart. But now, as you see over here, it has done some more analysis. So what it has done is given us a pie chart, and at the same time given us the highlights as well. Now these are some important highlights. So what it says is like there is a high activity in mineral sales. The data shows that majority of the minerals are active are calcium, gold, iron, plutonium, and silver. Diverse sale month for different minerals. So some for some minerals is for Jan, for some for March, some for April. And defunct and inactive mining operations. It has given us a summarized information of how many of the mines are defunct or inactive. And also it has given an important information that, hey, some entries like XX date and XX this is marked as inactive. This could point to challenges or shift in the mining industry that have led to cessation of certain operations. So it has tried to interpret something on basis of the data over here. So this is a nice bit of summary. You won't get the same information every time. It will start summarizing information in a different way on different columns, different custom tables. So this is a nice bit of feature. I liked it from a Power Pages perspective. So it summarizes the information from the table. So rather than user going into the table record and browsing through the content, AI has provided a nice bit of summary. So it is like optional. You can just collapse and expand, and again it shows you different visual different depending on the different content types. So we have seen for accounts, it has summarized in the form of um, and information in the form of a highlight. So it has given us a text, it has given some summarized information. From a contact perspective, it has given us, I believe, a chart showing the active contact distribution. However, for minerals general, it has given us a basically a chart, again, depending on the distribution of the minerals. For minerals atomic, we have just added 3 columns, and then it has provided us a pie chart. But for minerals Y, whereby we have selected more columns, it has given us a chart as well as a highlight summary about the data. So that's it, folks. This is all about summarized by AI feature within Power Pages site. Do try this. Thanks for watching.